Good morning, guys. So I want to jump right into my topic today. I don't want to beat around the bush because I am just excited. I'm excited about the information that I'm learning through this new nutrition program. And it's more than a program. It's basically the most incredible course that in just a couple days has taught me so much more about nutrition, the way I've looked at nutrition, the way I need to look at nutrition, and my whole mindset around food. I'm only a couple videos into this incredible course, and I've already taken away so much. And my hope is to share some of that knowledge with you all, but that you're excited enough about the bits of information I share that you ask for more. And that maybe you take this journey with me and do this course alongside me, because I do believe this is life-changing. On my Instagram story this morning, I said that this is the first day of the rest of my life. And I really feel like this course and starting it today, even though I haven't finished going through all the material, is the start to really be living the full and abundant life that I talk about, that I dream about, that I want for me, but that I also want for you. So the scale. We in this country have completely demonized the scale. Now, the reality is there's nothing wrong with the scale. It's what we do with the information that we see on the scale. And I think that we are in a culture that doesn't like to take any personal responsibility. We are in a culture that likes to place blame for anything and everything that we possibly can on anyone or anything. And how many times have I said, the scale's a dirty, rotten liar? Okay, no, the reality is, the scale gives us information. It's what we do with that information, how we interpret it. That's where the lies come in. The scale simply tells us how much we weigh, what our body weighs. The problem is we like to attach that to worth. We like to take that information and twist it and turn it and do awful things with it. We like to take that information and make our indication of progress or who we are about that number. The reality is, it is just a number, but that number is so powerful and it's so important. And because we have made this idea that the scale is evil and wrong, we stopped stepping on it. I stopped stepping on it. My dogs are freaking out, so I won't take too much longer. So why am I stepping back on the scale? Well, the reality is, I was a scale stepper for like 2 years. I started my journey. I stepped on the scale every day. I took the information for what it was, simply information. I was able to look at what I ate the day before, what I ate that week, and adjust myself according to what I saw on the scale the next day. Knowing and understanding that that was not the only indicator of my health. That was not the only indicator of progress. That was not the only indicator of what I was doing, but it was an important piece of information. So like I said, I was a chronic scale stepper. Now, it's what we do with that can be problematic for people when you start obsessing about it and making it more than simply what it is, information. Okay, that's where the problem is. But I was stepping on that scale and faithfully, whether I was 100% following a nutrition program or not, faithfully stepping on that scale every day, I knew exactly where I was. I knew exactly what tweaks I needed to make each day, each week, and I was making them. And I was consistent. And I never varied more than about 5 pounds over the course of a solid 2.5 years. Then finally I said, enough is enough. I am going to break this habit with the scale. And I was all defiant, and man, was that a mistake. Yes, I would still do my selfies. I would still do my before and afters, and I would kind of look at myself and kind of look at pictures. But I started to believe new lies. I started to believe that I was still headed in the right direction and that, you know, I hadn't stepped on the scale, so I didn't know what it was. And then I almost became afraid to step on the scale. I almost became afraid of it because I could tell looking in the pictures that I was gaining some weight, that I was a little bit heavier. Don't get me wrong. I'm still at a healthy weight. I still am strong. I still am healthy. But I'm going to not lie. When I stepped on the scale this morning, I am 10 pounds more than where I want to be. I'm 8 pounds more probably than where I should be. For me, when I am at my best, and what I've discovered is my best over this course of these last almost 4 years now, is that When I'm looking ripped and chiseled, I'm about 135 pounds. When you can't see my abs popping, but I feel the strongest I am, I'm at about 137 pounds. At my lowest, when I did one program because I just wanted to see what my body could do, I got down to 130, and that was not ideal. I didn't look as well, I didn't feel as well, and it wasn't sustainable. So for me, really ideally, about 137 is where I need to be for my body frame, for my strength, to just feel really good and to know that I'm eating the way I need to eat. I still am strong. My clothes still fit good. I stepped on the scale today, guys. I am not there. I'm a solid 145 point, I don't know, like 6 or something. Now, yes, a little bit of that is from the weekend, but not much. Maybe like 2 pounds-ish, because I did step on the scale for the last program I did. So I am going to no longer demonize the scale. I'm going to look at it in a new way. I'm not going to beat myself up each and every day. I know that healthy weight loss is about 1 to 2 pounds a week. I know how to get back to where I was. I just have to wrap my brain around doing it again. We need to stop demonizing the scale and just look at it for what it is. It's information. That number does not indicate my worth. That number just indicates like how much weight I am carrying at that particular time. I'm also mindful that that's going to vary various times of the month. I'm also mindful that I have a really bad knee and sometimes it swells. And there's a lot of weight in that swelling. So sometimes the scale is going to be a little off from that. I'm also aware that the scale may move up or down dependent on my sleep and my stress level and all of those other things. But the reality is, it's an indication of what I weigh at that moment in time when I step on it. And by doing this regularly again, and by tracking what I'm doing, I'm going to be able to see the trends, and I'm going to be able to catch them before I fall off the deep end. And so at first I was a little bit hesitant when I heard this new course is teaching us to get back on the scale again, right? I was really concerned about this idea of getting back on the scale regularly. But now, when I'm looking at it through the right lenses, when I'm looking at it for truly what it is, and how it used to benefit me in such a powerful way, and how I just got stubborn and fell far off track because I wasn't doing it, I'm getting back on. Now, there's some other awesome things that I'm learning, and I'm going to share them along with you, hopefully throughout the course of the week. The one that I was watching a video on this morning that was fantastic, it talks about going back to like 3 meals a day with maybe a snack. And that is so contradictory to the way I've been eating. That's so contradictory to what so much of society and our culture tells us we're supposed to do. And so I can't wait to share some of those thoughts and then see how that's going to start to work for me again, and how I'm finally going to break this cycle of bad thoughts and habits around food, and that food is not going to be something that is all consuming my life, all consuming my thoughts, so that again, I can just be living a healthy and happy and amazing and abundant life. So with that, I'm going to go. I've got some work to do, but I hope that gives you some different perspective. Again, the scale itself is not the enemy. It's how we look at those results that we see on the scale. It's what we do with the information. That's just information. It is not a measure of our worth. It's not just a measure of our progress, but it is a measure that we cannot keep discounting if we want to be making progress in the right direction. All right, you guys have a fantastic start to your week, and I'll be back at you hopefully tomorrow with some other good stuff. All right, take care.